Nice.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is
That's
there,
cool. It automatically brings you in as a speaker now.
is there rain over there?
Yeah, it's been raining all night. How about you guys?
Oh,
Mhm.
it's annoying. Wanted to go outside.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can do inside shit today.
No problem.
Get some more podcast episodes.
We don't really have any yet. I tried to do one the other day, but it got cut off.
I'm looking at a list of live shows here, and it has like one of them had, or no, that must have just been us. One said 3 guests on it. Never mind. But yeah, I guess I cannot really see the lengths of them,
Uh,
but it looks like
yeah,
there's quite a few in there now.
I don't think anything of quality, but unless you did some, I don't know. I didn't check anything we didn't do together.
No, I haven't done anything yet, but I was thinking about it. I originally thought about doing some of the thoughts I had about the show outside of what we're thinking about doing is just like real life interviews with just actually just normal average people that are just have a story to tell because people like stories.
Yeah,
If you're all right with that.
yeah, whatever.
Cool. Cool, cool. That's great. I think
Well,
I got
if we want to record something now, I do. I got an appointment at 9.
okay. That sounds great. Yeah, we should. You wanna talk about this? I saw your little idea there.
Oh, the Lauren Southern thing.
Yeah, what's
Uh, yeah, that's just one idea. We could talk about whatever you want.
it's brand new. Well, yeah, I was just thinking, we could talk a little bit more about the show, and, I mean, I was thinking about talking to you, but we could talk about it here too. Like, just make sure, like, you're cool with some of the ideas that I have, and I'm pretty cool with whatever, like, whatever you wanna do or whatever direction you wanna go, and, like, I still wanna do some of these, like, personal interviews, just like some one-on-ones with some guys that I've known that just have some stories to tell, and I think there's just a lot of things that people don't realize that, what men go through with, like, breakup and divorce, and, I mean, that's kinda like our theme, I think, you know?
Mhm,
Um, and it's not necessarily like that we have the answers, but I just think people find strength and hope in hearing other people's stories that have made it through this shit, honestly.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah?
whatever direction you wanna take it is fine.
Cool. And, like, anytime you've got, like, if you've got somebody you wanna interview, like, just you or solo or whatever, just go for it, man, and, like, I'll just try to get in here and, like, edit this edit this content and get it out there, and,
Yeah,
hopefully this week here, we can get I can get some stuff up and published for us.
sure.
So we'll be live on, like, Spotify and Apple and all that.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think, like, I think daily format stuff where you talk about topical things, I think is the best in terms of, like, what people listen to,
Right?
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll have, like, a daily show, a daily topic or whatever. Just stick to, like, a format, like the talk show.
Yeah,
But if you're okay with it, I might have, like, some filler episodes.
of course, no problem.
Cool. Did you do a show on TikTok? You said you did a show the other day?
No, I do my just live streams.
Okay. We're actually live right now. It's not private,
Oh,
but that's just on Podbean, so only the people that would be there. I saw you posted that video on TikTok, so there's a few people that might be able to see it. But yeah, that's really cool that they're
yeah,
asking about it.
yeah. Yeah, people have been asking me to do a podcast or whatever for a while.
That's great. Yeah, no, that's
So
cool. Yeah, and, like, anytime you wanna go live, and just do, like, a dual broadcast, you could do that as well, like, if you're just out there, like, at any point in time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, anything outside of our normal broadcast is just additional content. And the more content we have, I think the better.
Yeah. Whatever you think, you're the expert.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm no expert, but I feel like the more we push out there, the better we're gonna do. For real. It's the people that bust ass and publish, that are making it. It's these just onesie twosies here and there and people that are not consistent. Like who wants that shit? They want to be fed content all the time and they want shit to choose from. I mean, I know that's how I am. I like to go through episodes and I'll listen for a little bit. And if I don't like it, I'll go back and listen to something else.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right?
Makes sense.
I mean, I think we'll have a little bit something here for every man. I think that's the whole point. Hey, we got Facts Porcupine podcast. Just join the room. Hell yeah. Welcome. Because we are
Yeah.
live. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we got our first viewer on our podcast here, Doc.
Nice, nice.
Nice. So you want to start us off on your topic for today? This is great.
Oh, well, any of the topics are fine. It's just this whole Lauren Southern accusing Andrew Tate of assaulting her. A few years ago, she just released her book, I think, because what happened is, you know who Lauren Southern is, right?
I don't really know her, no.
She was one of those trad con girls back in the day. And
Huh.
she did like a famous documentary on anti-white, like farm property seizure, what's the right word? Like land reform stuff in South Africa. That's what made her famous. And she got married and then she disappeared for a few years. And then I think she recently got divorced. So I don't know. She's trying to make herself relevant again. She released a book called This Is Not Real Life. And I think in it, which she posted online, was the whole accusation with Andrew Tate. But so now this makes like a lot of different accusers the Tate brothers have for their
Yeah.
various cases. And without talking about those, this one is like, let's see if I can find what she actually wrote.
Yeah, I'm
This
looking at
one,
it right here on Newsweek.
yeah, you have it. You might just read what she wrote. It's not that long.
Yeah, this is Andrew Tate. Well, he accused her, Lauren Southern, of seeking attention to boost sales of her new book after she released a chapter of her memoir in which she alleged that the manosphere influencer sexually assaulted her when she was intoxicated at a hotel in 2018. Southern, who rose to prominence as an anti right influencer, is the latest in a string of women to accuse Tate, who is under investigation by U.S. authorities and Europe over alleged rape and human whatever. You know, Tate
Hmm.
denies all the allegations. So, anyways, he's saying she's doing it to get free attention so she can sell her memoirs of promiscuity. That's what he's saying on X.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she's saying that
Well, if you read the excerpt of what allegedly happened, it's so hard to believe that it's difficult to understand why she would write down a recount of that. She talks about being really drunk and then in detail what he does to her, including strangling her.
yeah, but she
And
willingly goes to his hotel room, hops in bed with him, kisses him, and but then says she doesn't want to go further.
I mean, who knows? Who
Oh, man.
knows? I doubt it. I mean, I just think, it does sound like she's trying to get readers for her memoir, and that could be true whether the how she's telling it is true or not. She did post it for free online as an excerpt, so presumably it was to try to get people to, buy her stupid book.
I wonder if it worked.
Oh, probably did a little bit. Probably did a little bit. The real question is why is Andrew Tate a billionaire messing around? Like, I feel like if I was him, I just wouldn't I wouldn't be around any woman alone. I would hire like two lesbian assistants that were with me at all times, like two fat, ugly, like lesbians. They're just women that could just, be like witnesses to everything. I would pay them a lot of money. They would be like assistants. They just all they have to do is just be witnesses. Cause now he's got bitches all over the world accusing him of all kinds of shit. And and a lot of it, when you look at it individually, it seems like the stories are unbelievable. In many cases, some of the women have come forward saying they were paid to do it or whatever. But even so, man, how do you not you gotta, like, maximally protect yourself. It's like was it
Yeah,
Mike
for
Pence,
real.
I think, the former vice president who said he's never alone in a room with a woman?
Really?
Yeah, he that was his rule. He would never be, behind closed doors with a woman, ever, ever. That was his it's pretty good
That's probably not a bad rule of thumb.
heuristic or whatever, you know? So, it's just like, man, these guys keep getting accused, but they just got huge targets on their back, I think.
For real.
Or all the accusations are true and they're really just monsters, you know?
I
Somehow
mean,
I have a hard time believing that though.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure they've done some pretty shady shit, but I don't know if it's as far as some of these women claim, but who knows?
Yeah.
Anything's possible. Like you said, though, they would be. I like your idea.
Well, it's just like even if she made up the whole account, it's not like there'll be any kind of consequences for it. She also wrote it in a book, so she could be sued for libel, but it'd be so difficult to prove, in court. So and I don't know that she has money that like Tate's would ever care about, you know.
Yeah.
So she's not like rich. She's just a like I don't know. Very questionable. These e-girls, by the way, the conservative ones, I think are more suspect than anything. I don't think it's, like, sincere in most cases. I just find them like, their credibility seems questionable.
A little questionable.
Yeah, well, you know that like, who I'm talking about, like, all these, like, just pearly things and all the conservative, women.
You don't like pearly things?
No, not really. I don't
Um,
care for her.
oh man, I'm just looking at it right now. H. Pearl Davis. What's wrong with Pearl, man? Modern women are fucking delusional. I said what you're thinking. Want out of the matrix. I like Pearl. I mean,
I just don't think she's ever said anything original.
no. I mean,
So it's just like modern women are a nightmare. Great. She's just jumping on the bandwagon of male outrage. It's the same with that Sadia Khan lady too, who I don't think actually knows anything about dating. But that woman who has all these viral videos where she talks about the evil underlying nature of women. And like
no.
it's all like revelatory, like a beautiful woman will leave you easier than an ugly woman. It's like, oh wow, gee, thanks for that fucking incredible, useful insight. Gee, I never could have arrived at this conclusion. It's just like watered down, like pop psychology bullshit. It's not like supported by anything. Again, most of the red pill shit isn't either because it's like a lot of the concepts are just wrong. Like evolutionary psychology is a pseudoscience. Psychology itself is a kind of a pseudoscience, but they're all based on these presuppositions like, oh, well, women just naturally need to be protected. And so they all have this kind of behavior and they all respond to these kinds of things. And it's like, it's just like greatly oversimplifies everything. I think
You think?
the red pill shit is, yeah, way oversimplified.
Yeah, a lot of it is. I like some of it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Women are just a product of their culture, I think.
Yeah,
and so are
even
men for that matter. We're
for
all a
the
product of our cultures. You don't need to insert a bunch of evolutionary bullshit into it, David Bust nonsense. I don't think it's necessary to anyway. A lot of stuff can just be explained by culture. So the culture's degenerate. Of course, the women are going to have dogs instead of babies. You know,
right.
because they're basically brain damaged. That's feminism. Brain damages women. But anyway, that's the issue. That whole Lauren Southern thing, notwithstanding, I just say like if you're a guy as famous as this allegedly happened back in 2018, so this would have been like 6 years ago, something like that at this point. But
Yeah, I don't even think I
man,
heard of Andrew Tate by then.
man, if he, like I said, he needs two lesbians as highly paid assistants who can never be compromised. If you can find ones you could trust, and just never ever be alone with a woman,
Wow, for
like
real. For real
like
though.
yeah, and don't party with e-girls. These e-girls are of course the dangerous. That's what an e-girl is, a clout chaser. So they're gonna chase clout behind accusing you. It just, that's what I think it is. So she's clout chasing, whether it's true or not. But I doubt that it is true.
I
I
don't
mean,
know. I
people
wouldn't
are already
probably
coming
either.
out the next morning saying that she was like kissing him and stuff. So
Oh
uh,
man. Yeah, it's probably not true. I'm sure some of this shit they say, some of these girls are saying is probably got a little bit of truth to it, but there's a little bit of truth in everything, but I don't know. I just don't I mean, women are just dangerous and they will just do anything to destroy a man, but I mean, fucking A, guys will do it too, you know. They're but what do you think? You know,
no,
you were
I think
talking like it's a dangerous you were talking about just how women are just dangerous. Like as men, we gotta be fucking careful with women.
yeah, I mean they're dangerous in that there's no penalty for them falsely accusing you of anything. And they've learned that. And so the reward potentially could be high. That's the key. If you're a man with like stuff they can take, then yeah, they are dangerous. You gotta be really careful. You gotta be really careful around them and have witnesses and do use the Mike Pence rule. So but that's the thing, that's the post Me Too world. And ironically, it's like the rich playboys. See, the thing is, like, a lot of guys complain because, like, oh, that's only the top 10% of men getting 90% of the women type of thing.
Yeah.
Whether that's true or not, it's that top 10% of men that are the ones that are going to get accused of shit because they're the ones that are like wealthy enough that, women want to be around them. And they're basically the only guys around women. So it's just like, yeah, that's like a problem like you don't have if you're a loser incel, right? You never have a woman accusing you because you're never interacting with women.
Well, that's true.
So, I mean, that's one benefit, I suppose. That's one benefit.
Man, I can't believe you don't like H. Pearl Davis.
I don't like any of those. I just think a lot of those women don't have anything unique or interesting to say. They just copy these other red pill guys,
Pearl
and it's just
Pearl's
nothing.
kind of dry.
It's not nothing interesting. I mean,
She's kind of bland.
she's also
Mhm.
unmarried too. I mean, like you're a trad girl, but you're still like singles. Like it's just all a grift. I think
Yeah.
it's all a grift.
It's a grip.
Men are just very weak minded. The pussy drought has made so many men just very weak minded and impressionable and crying out and dying for someone to validate their pussy mentalities and their overly simplistic explanations of the world. You know,
Yeah.
women are more delusional than ever. That's why they, are all dating the same guy. So that is true. But, most of their grievances are true. It's just like unhelpful, I guess.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I always said the red pill, the end of the road with the red pill is shit anyway, because what do you get? An American woman? That's not a prize.
Damn. It's true.
Yeah, so it's not a prize. The red pill is just a black pill.
It's a
The
black
red
pill.
the red pill, what the red pill is a long, it's the yellow brick road to the black pill. The red pill is the yellow brick road to the black pill.
Damn, I've never heard it explained like that before, but I guess
Yeah,
you're
because you think about it, "Oh, I'm learning the real nature of women, so I gotta act and behave like this." Basically, it's a different way of jumping through hoops. It's a way of being a simp that's effective. That's all it is. And then at the end of the road, you get an unfaithful, brain damaged, you know, American chick. And the thing is, even if she isn't brain damaged, she's still in a brain damaging culture. This is why, like I say, passport bros. You know, like dudes who go overseas to like the Philippines and shit
absolutely.
to get married. Yeah, so this is the thing they don't understand. Like, oh, I found my trad wife in the fucking jungles of Vietnam. You know what I mean? Like they go to these like fucking villages in some cases. And it's like, well, yeah, that's great, but don't bring her over here. Like
Don't
you
bring her over
want
here.
yeah, you don't want the and I say that because, you don't wanna bring a trad woman from a traditional culture into a degenerate non-traditional culture. Why would you do that? This is again just the thing people don't realize how much society impacts our behavior and even our personalities to a large extent, and
Yes,
especially women too. So
especially.
it's a massive L for you to, oh, I found my trad wife in fucking Guatemala on the streets of Antigua. She was selling fucking tortillas with her dad for 2 pesos outside some degenerate dance club I just got out of. It's like, yeah, okay, you want her to end up like American girls, just bring her around American girls.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
That's a bad idea. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So
I
you're
mean,
stuck. So the end result, the end road of the passport bro thing is you're living outside America, at least part time. See, that would be fine with me too, even if I had a wife in a foreign country that I wasn't around 100% of the time, because I actually think that that's probably the way you make marriage work is just by not being around each other that much.
right?
I think we got that wrong these days. The most miserable couples are the ones that work at home together, you know?
So let me ask you
Um,
this. Do you think there's any unicorns, like, in America? Like, I know you talk about
oh,
American
yeah,
women.
of course there are, like, women that are marriageable that live in
Yeah,
the US. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, of course there are. They're just not ones you're gonna find, most likely.
Oh?
They're yeah, they're just the average guy is not gonna find them. The average man, even the above average man, no men are not gonna find the types of are not gonna find unicorns. Unicorns are the girls in the church that are raised by, like, parents, and she wasn't even allowed to go out at night, and she's, like, 19 or 18. She gets, like, paired up with some guy in the local church. So those women are largely, like, inaccessible, you know?
But they do exist.
Of course, yeah, they exist. They exist just like there's bad Latinas in the third world that'll steal your money and gouge your fucking eyes out.
Right.
Not every third world girl is marriage material, and not every American woman is non-marriage material. So, just painting in very broad strokes, there's exceptions to everything.
True.
The issue isn't what are the what the issue isn't are there marriageable women, it's like, is this a culture where marriage is valued? And in America, the answer is, of course, it isn't.
In general, it's not, but it is
Um,
possible. Like,
and yeah, so it's a cultural thing. That's what I'm trying to say. This is also the red pill. This is the folly of the red pill is blaming the individual women for culturally programmed behaviors. It's the culture. So
right?
once you accept it, so, oh, why is dating so horrible in America today? Is it because women are all whores. No, most women are not whores, actually, believe it or not.
Actually.
The, the statistics do not support that red pill conclusion. Most women increasingly are actually celibate. They avoid men completely. Like they distrust, dislike men. And you know what's funny is like if you go on a dating app in some medium-sized city in the country, if you take a break and come back 3 4 years later, it'll be the same women on there.
I know, I've noticed it. I did notice that. I've been on
Like
one of those
like
apps before. It's
like
been a while, but
and people are going to chalk it up to, oh, they're just so incredibly difficult to please, though they do have high standards and usually they are pretty delusional. But the thing is, to a lot of women, and this is a hard thing for men to get, is there a lot of women would rather be lonely than so-called settle.
damn. I
They would
mean,
rather be alone
can you
than
blame them?
settle. I don't think there's any blame or non-blame.
No.
It's a preference. So aside, I mean, it's not good for the birth rates, of course,
Right. I
but
mean, I get why they're staying single too. Like, I mean, I see just as many, as much as we had a guy in here, the Facts Porcupine podcast asked what is the red pill, but I would say I kind of red pilled after I went through about like four, maybe five girlfriends. And that was just like the same thing every time. It's like they just go cold and it's like, what am I doing wrong here? Like, but
mhm.
it's just the women that we choose, honestly. A lot of it has to do with our choices, but I think a
Yeah.
lot of like, what you're saying about, the women staying away from the men. I mean, I have seen so many men that are just like women, dude. Seriously. Like, they
Well,
act just
both
like women.
genders.
Yeah. Like, they're totally
Men
untrustworthy.
in America, men in America have become feminized, more and more feminized over the decades. I mean, you could argue that, I mean, biochemically, that's true because testosterone levels have fallen fairly significantly in the last 50 years or so. But more than that, just, yeah, how they behave. Like Gen Z guys are like passive aggressive, like pussies. A lot of them.
Oh, for real.
A lot of them are really based and cool. I overall, I really love Gen Z, actually. I think there's a lot of good, but there's a lot of bad, and there's a lot of laziness. There's a lot of feminist pussy attitudes and behaviors. They're more conservative, so I have hope for them, but, you know, the women are a disaster. I mean,
Yeah.
they're in many ways, they're even worse than the millennial ones, but like I said, I don't hate women at all by any means. It's just like,
I don't either, man. I love it.
the reason why men and women in America hate each other is just it's just such deep suspicion. There's
I
just
don't
such
know.
deep suspicion. Everybody has been burned by horrible dysfunctional relationships,
Yeah, true.
you know.
I just don't
So,
like women that like display like you can just tell when they're like a feminist or a liberal type or kind of like one of those radical liberal feminist types. Like they'll just I mean, I'll find another road to go down or I'll choose another path instantly. I'll go to a different store. I mean, not really, but you know what I'm saying.
oh man, dude, but I'm telling you, the feminist ones are the easiest ones to bang.
You like those?
I remember in Mexico, I was seeing this chick who went to university and just doing some like gender studies bullshit. And I remember at dinner, I like had a few drinks. Like we went on we were like, we dated for a while and we would just talk about politics. And I mean, of course, her opinions were kind of naive and infantile. I mean, she's like 23 years old. Like, just like most 23-year-olds doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. But yeah, just super feminist. And it's like, what's weird is even though I'm obviously very anti-feminist, I get along with those women
Yeah.
fairly easily. I remember in El Salvador, I was seeing some HR chick for a while. And she'd be like, you seem to have a problem with women. I'm like, I fucking hate women.
Oh, man. Damn.
Nevertheless, dude, she would come over at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Ah,
Yeah, so all that, a lot of the feminist stuff is just like performative nonsense. That a lot of women don't have deeply held beliefs and
yeah, true.
convictions the way that men do.
Right.
So it's like I said, like when you're dealing with like girls of, like I said, you want like if you want a long term partner, you either want a girl that's dumb, like low IQ, or very, very high IQ. You don't want like a midbrain.
Yeah.
You
That's
want like
just
one of
it.
the dumb girls.
You
There's
might be
lots of
able
dumb
to
girls though.
well, yeah,
There's
you might
not
be able to get with a feminist, but, like, is that really dating material? Probably not.
no, no,
No.
of course not.
You don't wanna deal with all
Of
those,
course
like
not.
they
Um,
just have way too many ideas, which, yeah, like, aren't deeply rooted, but they're mostly based on emotion,
yeah.
not fact.
Mhm.
What is the red pill? So to answer this guy's question about the red pill, it's a supposed what is it? The moment refers to a moment when a person comes to believe in the supposed reality that society influenced by feminism is biased against men. So in turn, you kind of like turn on women. You become like a misogynist and you feel like feminism is a threat, which is basically me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I got pretty red pilled after getting hosed enough times.
Well, the red pill can't be taught. It can only be experienced. It's just like all these idiots that read Stoic philosophy. They're like, I'm gonna be Marcus Aurelius or Seneca, you know? And I can't remember who said it. Might have been Andrew Tate actually, but well, ironically enough. But what makes a man stoic isn't reading books. It's actually experiencing hardship and being forced to survive it, and experiencing so much hardship and so many reversals in life that you eventually just become immune and emotionally non-reactive to it. That's what stoicism is. Stoicism is not, I read meditations by Marcus Aurelius and just become like him. It's more like I've just been through so much shit that at this point nothing really bothers me. What will be will be. The Stoic philosophers had a lot of things right, and there's a lot of wisdom.
Absolutely.
Stoicism's basically, you don't worry about the things you can't control. And even the things you can control, you realize that your control over them is fleeting and ephemeral. And most things people worry about never come to pass, or even if they do, they don't matter. So,
Right.
I heard a story. I was at a bar the other day. I go to a bar every day when I'm in town and not overseas to do my Spanish studying, because I want to be around people. I'm alone. I work on the computer all day. And so I want to just be around people, but I don't want to talk to them. I just want to kind of like be in proximity to other human beings just to remind myself I'm part of civilization. And so I sit back and I do my like Spanish, the AI shit, because I'm trying to become fluent by the time I go back there. And anyway, one of the nurses from the clinic that I used to work at comes up and she's telling me this story about how one of the orthopedic surgeons got in trouble because a patient complained that she overheard him say fuck.
Really?
Like, yeah, like not to the patient, but like I guess he said it out in the hallway or whatever. And I'm
Right.
like, man, there are actually people that would complain about something like that. Like
I know.
that's just incredible that people actually give a fuck about that kind of thing, you know?
For
I
real.
mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing the amount of
It's
Karens
probably
we
a
have.
feminist.
It's just amazing the amount of fucking Karens we have. You could just picture the person. It was probably like some old boomer. It's like, have you seen that show Landman?
Mm, I might have.
There's a scene in Landman where this dude, who's that actor that's in it? He's really good.
Landman.
Yeah.
Let me
What's that
look.
dude's name?
Billy
Well,
Bob
there's
Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton. There's a scene in one of the first episodes of Billy Bob Thornton where this dude comes to him because he's like owns some land down in Texas that I guess the oil companies are using to extract oil from the ground. And something happened. His cattle got damaged, or some of his cattle got lost. I don't know the exact situation, but Billy Bob Thornton's like using a bunch of curse words when he's negotiating with the lawyer. And the dude's like, "Excuse me, I find that offensive, sir." Because he used the word pussy, okay, referring to a woman's anatomy. And Billy Bob's like, "Excuse me, I don't work for you. I'm going to use whatever language I want." Like in a nutshell, that's what he said. And that is like something where the conversation ended like, "Yeah, you're offended, but you'll still take my money," type of thing.
right?
And that's the problem. There's so many just the fake pious people, and it's just like, man, we are like living in hell right now, and people still
All
try
right.
to make other people's lives
So this is kind of where I'm
tough.
like, where I'm red pilled a little bit because like it just it just seems like that's like a feminist ideal attitude. Like only a feminist would say some dumb shit like that. Like they wait till it's just like this whole woke fucking bullshit movement. Like they're gonna pick out words that we've been using for decades. But
Mhm.
now it's like you say, "Oh, you say this and you're fucking canceled." Like, shut the fuck up. I'm just so sick of that dumb shit, and to me, it just ties in with feminism and wokeism and liberalism. Those 3 fucking things is the dumbest shit ever.
Well well,
I mean, some
in the
Christians would
case of
come down on
this,
that, but hold up, but
well, in this case, I think it's more like I'm just pointing out the fact that there are just these the people with Victorian era mindsets that don't
that
let
like
any kind of that think society operates off 1950s etiquette, and their way of virtue signaling is to complain about shit no one else would complain about. That's their
right.
way of showing that they're on like a higher plane, or that their mindset is more
You nailed it. It's their
of
way of
pure
showing that they're on a
character.
higher plane. See, I don't
Yes, so
mind
I
being
don't think
corrected.
that so I don't think those people are feminists. I think they're just,
You think it's a culture thing.
well, this is a small segment of society. My overall point in that was just like, man, this is like one of the ways men are emasculated is
Oh my
you
god.
have to live in a society where you can never say anything at work, like express any opinions, because you never know who you're going to offend. It's like the threshold for offending people is undefined.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you never know
Well,
what it is.
that's because people make up mostly women make up new definitions for what is offending them every day. Like, you could just say something off the cuff and somebody's offended, like, they made that shit up just because they want some air of superiority against you. I swear on God, that's the way
Well,
it
it's
is.
like, I'm in like a rural farming community, so people are going to be more tend to be more like conservative, and possibly more like offended by certain things, whereas like if you live in like one of the Italian districts in Minneapolis where there's a lot of blue collar workers, like if you're at an orthopedic surgeon's office there, like the patients, the nurses, the doctors, they all probably every other word is probably fuck, you know? Like that's just normal culture there.
Right.
And in a maybe a different town that's not necessarily normal, but it's my point is just like it's so stressful today because people people are just easily offended, like, and you never know where there's no like threshold at which you can't offend somebody. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like it's just you always got to be careful how you word things. That's why it's
I
good to
call
just
that
work for
wokeism,
yourself.
bro. I still call it
Well,
wokeism.
it's a definitely a consequence of that.
I
It's
mean,
definitely a consequence of that. I
you
mean,
can't I know you can't generalize everything.
wokeism is more like very liberal, like like Jenny has two mommies, and like Bradley wants to become Stacy and like pronouns and like all it's like very liberal shit, you know?
Mhm.
What I'm talking about is more like Karen stuff where it's like even kind of the opposite, where it's like, well, you can't use any obscenities. This is the 1950s. You know, everything has to be completely proper and
Yeah, we've always had Karens, man.
you know,
Always.
so that's like a different kind of it's a different but related phenomenon.
But
But
there's like
it
an
may
air of
but the point is
superiority,
the overall point is it's just like very stressful to be a man in this society because you have to be careful about offending people always wherever you go,
right?
and there's no like scripts. Like this is also why dating is so stressful is because there's no accepted universal understanding between men and women. Like if you start talking to a chick or you go on a date with her or whatever, it's like, okay, well, like, am I allowed to like date other people? Oh, okay, sure. Well, am I allowed to like be sleeping with other people? Like, can I be talking to a million people at once? Can I be sleeping with other people? Or like when does it become? So everything is like negotiated between the two participants, and it's just very stressful. Whereas in the past is just accepted. Like they're just standards of behavior that were baseline accepted or unaccepted. And today, whether you're talking about dating or just interacting with people generally, it's it's all a big mess and there's no like universal understanding. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. This is a good talk, man. This was a great call. I suppose you have an appointment coming up you gotta take there.
Yep, I gotta go. All right, man, let's do it again tomorrow. I'll see you.
Yeah. Alright. Thanks a lot, doc.
Bye.
See you soon. Alright, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, and, yeah, appreciate the new guests on here, Fax Porcupine, and we're gonna be trying to do a show, like, every day. If I'm not on with the doc, either he'll be on or I'll be on, or we'll be doing interviews with other people, so we'll be trying to get some content up. But, yeah, just give us a few days here. We're just trying to build up some content right now before we actually drop this on all major platforms, so thanks for tuning in to the Uncensored Man podcast. And if you're a, I don't care who you are, if you're a man or a woman, I think you're going to enjoy this a lot. This is going to be a great show. Doc comes in with a lot of great advice, or just, I don't know, a lot of perspective that I didn't have. So he's already changing my thinking. But yeah, I mean, anyways, if you're a man, you definitely need to tune into this show. But if you're a woman, you're welcome as well. I don't hate women. We're not women haters. We just are, yeah, we're mostly just trying to help men, but this could help a lot of women as well. Enjoy the show. We'll talk to you soon in another podcast. Have a great day.